Welcome to Work in the Verse. Thor here, and another CES has come and left us with not a lot of VR topics. Well, at least not the ones you're going to see featured on the top 10 or even top 25 lists. One of my resolutions this year is to find those products that you might not come across every day. Comment below if there's anything I came across that you think holds merit and maybe will come to market one day. All the ones covered here were given the CES 2025 Innovation Honoree Award. If you haven't done so already, subscribe, and if you like this video, be sure to give it a thumbs up. Let's jump in. First up, bodywear. This year's entry goes to the Emotense suit by IPOP Company Limited. It's an XR all-in-one suit with motion capture and haptic feedback, synchronizing motion and real-time digital content. Sounds intriguing as they're looking at two methods of haptics with both vibration and electrical stimulation. Looks like their use case is geared more for the enterprise level, and its main draw appears to be for safety training. Who's to say they won't have some ideas for consumer versions? Either way, it looks good, and I'm curious if they might be onto something with their gloves. Speaking of bodysuits, why not throw in a bodysuit designed for physical esports? One can imagine this happening for VR a la Real One. Blockchain Sports XR is going there with their Infinity Football XR suit. Sorry, Americans, we're talking soccer here. On a special playground, the player's suit is a full-body haptics galore experience. Players will be bombarded with haptics, such as touching the ball, colliding with opponents, and getting goosebumps from scoring a goal. Designed for both the competitive and recreational player, it features several game modes such as realistic football and an arcade-style football, fantasy locations, buffs, and other features. You can play alone in training mode with artificial intelligence or against other players in teams and multiplayer. Staying in the land of wearables, Neuranics is looking at making tracking better. The magnetomyography magnetic sensor detects minute muscle magnetic activity. It operates with a single body contact or through thin clothing, potentially replacing existing electromyography sensors in fitness and gesture recognition. One of the challenges today of VR is getting people in a headset. What if we could take VR to the masses so they might want to try a headset on to get the full experience? Where would you start? How about holograms? The next two companies are going there with something we might see available sooner rather than later. Samsung, who will likely hear more about their headset January 22nd at their annual Galaxy Unpacked event, demoed their Holo Display floating screen. Imagine someone making their next culinary masterpiece in the kitchen, and instead of turning the page to see what's next, they simply touch a floating button. No mess, and what the heck? Why not throw in voice controls too? Could be a game changer. Samsung is talking about integrating this with advanced sensors, aerial display technology, and their SmartThings to enable monitoring of your other smart devices in your home. So, do you think Samsung is right about this representing groundbreaking technology to change how you go about life? But what if we could go further where light could be steered to form high-resolution 3D images? Well, according to Swave Photonics, their holographic extended reality or HXR promises to do just that. Their claim is that they've produced the world's smallest pixel with a pixel pitch of less than 300 nanometers. Their low-cost CMOS chip will enable AI-powered spatial computing for compact smart glasses and other XR form factors. Well then, that sets us up perfectly to talk about AR glasses. 2025 seems to be the year of seeing everyone wanting a piece of the action. XREAL is the company to beat with their One Pro, and Beam Pro. But you've probably heard of them a lot already, so let's look instead at Eyecane by Cellico. They're tackling a real-world health problem, and that's age-related macular degeneration. This disease is where one loses their vision over time. There is no cure, so the next best thing to do is to prevent it from getting worse. Eyecane uses a 4K camera and mobile app to capture video, process it, and display it back to the user in real time by moving it to non-impaired viewable peripheral areas of the person's vision. For the VR content lover, whether it's education, gaming, or a plethora of other uses, someone has to create these amazing experiences, and there are a couple of companies featured that are finding new ways to help. Arty has created Artigen Space, which takes text to AR to create immersive experiences by helping users to understand and remember information more easily by combining visual and auditory elements. Their goal is to evoke emotions to enrich understanding. Now, you might be thinking to yourself, there's probably an easy way to create personalized 3D avatars, right? You're thinking like I am then, and Polygon Company wants to meet us in the middle. Well, at the enterprise level anyways. Features for their solution includes building lifelike digital avatars from simple text and image prompts. Their speed to market sounds impressive. Creating 1001 lifelike figures the traditional way would require 120 images in 200 days, but they were able to cut production time to 20 days with just one image. Before we wrap things up, let's hit one more topic of finds, and that's digital twins. These companies are figuring out how to digitize the real world in less time. It's a daunting task, but benefits to cities and companies could help with everything from improvement to disaster mitigation. In an upcoming video, we'll look into more, dare I say it, down-to-earth solutions that you can do with your phone. SPADE, which stands for Spatial Predictive Artificial Intelligence Data, created the AI2RE system that transforms a traditional landscape by creating 3D objects from images and real-time data. It looks impressive. They also have a solution to take all that data to create virtual worlds. So, want to find out more about the CES Innovation Awards? Check the link in the description below. If you haven't done so already, subscribe to the channel and like this video. Until next time, keep working the verse.